and welcome back to my kitchen. Ramadan Kareem to anyone who's celebrating in whatever way, shape or form. And in the spirit of Ramadan, I thought I would share a classic lentil soup. How many times am I going to use the word classic? Classic lentil soup recipe that I grew up having for fطور every year basically. And yeah, it's just a great way to start off fطور, I think. Just keep it light, a nice little starter to ease your stomach into it. To be honest, the past couple of years I didn't take fasting seriously at all, but I really wanted to try this year, so I just thought I would share this recipe in the spirit of that. So yeah, it's super simple, easy, tasty, and I hope you like it. Okay, so the ingredients for the شوربة or lentil soup are 1 onion, I've got 2 garlic cloves, I've just measured out to be a cup of lentils that I've just given a rinse, and this is just about a handful of this right here. It's just about a handful or a large handful of vermicelli noodles, I think that's how you say it. And then I've got some cumin, which I'm going to use about a teaspoon of, salt, pepper, some olive oil, and this little thing here. And this here, just if you're not familiar with it, is just fresh turmeric. Do we even get fresh turmeric in Iraq? Yeah, which apparently we get in Iraq. Normally, to be honest, we just use powdered, like ground turmeric, but when we have it, it's really nice to use. Gives good flavour and is really good for you. So I'm just going to peel that up and grate it really finely. If you are going to use fresh turmeric, I would suggest grating it, because for me, I find if I chop it, it's just not fine enough and it's not that pleasant to eat chunks of it. So yeah, that's it. Super simple, easy, and let's get into it. So I've just finely-ish chopped my onion and garlic, and I just peeled my turmeric. Be warned, if you are going to use fresh turmeric, it does stain pretty intensely. So yeah, that's that. I'm just letting my pot heat up. It's been heating for just about a minute, and I'm actually going to reduce it to medium high, number 4, and I'm just going to add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. That was maybe a tad more than 2 tablespoons, but that's fine. Swivel it a bit. Okay, that's pretty hot. I'm just going to take it off a wee second, because I don't want the onions to brown quickly. I want to kind of cook them off for a wee bit, just so they can kind of not caramelize, but just, you know, develop the flavour a little bit. So that's just the onions in there, not the garlic yet. Okay, so I'm just kind of occasionally stirring it, not continuously, so that I can let it cook for a bit. To be honest, I'm really bad at kind of just leaving things to cook, and I'm always wanting to play about with it, but I'm just gonna chill it, let it cook for a little bit, and just stir occasionally so that it doesn't obviously burn. And I'll probably let the onions cook on their own for about maybe 3 to 4 minutes before adding the garlic. And then I'll add the turmeric in there. Okay, people, apologies we got cut off there, but we're back now. So my onions were probably sautéing for around 3 to 4 minutes, so I'm just going to add in my garlic just now. Again, as I've said before, I like to just finely chop my garlic, but of course you could use a little garlic mincer if you prefer using that. Okay, so my garlic's just been in there for just about a minute or a minute and a half, so I'm just going to grate in my turmeric just straight into the pot. I think that's what I was saying. I was talking about the turmeric. I was saying something about the turmeric. This is exactly what I was saying. I was saying that I'm going to add it in to fry off a little bit with the onions and the garlic, just to kind of get rid of the harshness, I guess. Does that make sense? Yeah, just so it's not like a kind of harsh flavour, and just kind of cooks down nicely. Right, so I've got my onion, garlic and turmeric in there. They've been frying together since I added the turmeric for about a couple of minutes. I'm going to add just around a teaspoon of cumin, or just less because Mom doesn't love cumin, so that much is good.
That's a lot.
Even that's a lot? It's okay. We'll water it down. So my lentils have been in there kind of toasting with the cumin and onion, garlic and turmeric for just about a minute. I'm just going to add in a whole bunch of water just now. So I've just filled that, to be honest, just to basically the top of the pot. That was around 8 cups of water that I had boiled actually, so it was hot water. And I'm just gonna let that come to a boil, and once it does, I'll add some seasoning. Should I add seasoning at this point? Yeah, I'll add some salt and pepper, and then I'll reduce that to simmer for number 2 and leave it for, I just realised it's not even on high heat, that's why it's not coming to a boil. Yeah, so I'll leave that to simmer for probably just around at least half an hour, and then I'll add in the vermicelli noodles, and I actually forgot to say that I'll be adding in some freshly chopped parsley at the end as well, which I would highly recommend if you love parsley like me. And then we'll probably stick some lemon in there, and it'll be lovely and fresh and very tasty, as I like to say. Also, you could use like a stock cube, which I don't know why I kind of go back and forth with. Sometimes I feel like it's cheating a little bit, but if you like to use stock, of course, you can add in a stock cube as well, just to build up the flavour a bit. But yeah, I think, to be honest, with the cumin and the other ingredients that I've put in there, I think it should be all good. So yeah, that's it. See you soon. Okay, so it's getting a bit messy in here because we've got some other bits going on, getting ready for futur. So basically, I let my soup boil for around 10 minutes. Actually, I brought it to simmer, but then I brought it back to the boil for about 10 minutes because I realised the lentils needed that bit extra to cook. So anyway, boil them for 10 minutes and then reduce it to a simmer, or number 2, and then I covered it, and I've just been letting it simmer. This one is a little bit thin, so I'd maybe suggest using about between 6 and 7 cups of water rather than the 8 that I used. Anyway, at this point it's pretty much done, but I'm just gonna add in my, I'm sorry people, I can't even think today. Fasting day 1 and I'm already losing my mind. Okay, the angel hair pasta, what do you call this? Vermicelli. I'm just gonna add that in. I like to add it really towards the end because I like it to kind of stay, you know, I don't like it to get too soft. So that's why I'm adding it at this point. Okay, so I let that cook for a further around 10 minutes, just on, I reduced it to number 1, a low simmer, with the vermicelli added. So it's done now. I'm just gonna add my fresh parsley. I love parsley, so I'm gonna add about a large handful. And I'm just gonna mix it up, and that's it. Basically, I did add a little bit of, obviously, salt and some black pepper. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Like I said, of course, there's no taste test for these Ramadan episodes. Yeah, I hope you try it and that you enjoy it if you do try it, and let me know if you have any kind of variations on your take of Arabi lentil soup or whatever kind of lentil soup. And yeah, thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.